Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, Jan Michael here. Oh, you feel that? Yeah, it's October. You know what that means, don't you? Pumpkin everything is in the air. Halloween's right around the corner. And for whatever reason, your friends just can't seem to shut the fuck up about it. There's also a ton of releases coming out this month that I am very excited for. So with that said, I decided to make a video about my top 5 most anticipated releases of October that I really hope don't suck. Let's not waste any time, let's get right to it. At number 5, I have the 3rd season of Food Wars. Now, I've been following this series since way back when it released, and while yes, I'll admit that there is a lot of that. The show also has a lot of very exciting moments. And I know that sounds odd because it's an anime about food, but like most anime, it has a habit of taking things that people might find dull or mundane and then just cranking it up to the next level. And Food Wars definitely is one of those anime. Now this season is focusing all about the Elite 10. We've already met some of these characters in the previous season, but this is the season that we're really gonna take a look at all of them. I'm really hoping to see what their personalities are, what their cooking styles are gonna be, and to see if Soma actually manages to challenge any of them to any battles. I don't think this season's honestly gonna suck, just because the previous seasons have been pretty solid so far, but there is always the possibility that it can fall into a repetitive motion, maybe rely too much on that fan service, and ultimately end up being disappointing. I hope not. I will say though, do not watch this on an empty stomach. Yes, it is animated, but it'll still make you extremely hungry. At number 4, I have Assassin's Creed Origins. Assassin's Creed has always been a hit or miss series. There's been highs like Assassin's Creed 2 and 4, and then there's been lows like Assassin's Creed 3 and Unity. The team that's working behind Origins was the same team that worked on Black Flag, which just happens to be my favorite Assassin's Creed. So here's hoping that this is another strong entry in the series. It looks like they're really changing up the combat this time around. There's gonna be more RPG mechanics, so you can't just go around mindlessly assassinating your target. You have to be the proper level, you have to plan accordingly. So if you're just thinking about rushing through the game, taking out all of your targets, well, you might be a little bit disappointed by that. But this could be the change that the series definitely needs. It's also set in beautiful Egypt. I've loved the settings that they've shown so far. Of course, I've always liked the history aspect of it. I can't wait to see who it is that you befriend, who it is that you assassinate. Pretty much just the lore behind it all, I'm really looking forward to seeing. Of course, it could end up sucking. How many times have we gone, boy, this Assassin's Creed looks very interesting, only to later be like, that sucked. How many more times do we have to go through this before we learn our lesson? Well, only time will tell, I guess. No pun intended. Number 3 goes to Middle-earth: Shadow of War. This is the sequel to Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, which was nominated for Game of the Year back when it released. It's a game that I enjoyed greatly. I love the Nemesis system. It was definitely the first time that I felt a new gen feel to the current console generation. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I feel this game definitely has the biggest potential out of my top 5 list to suck. And now that's not to say I want it to suck, I just feel there's a possibility it could end up sucking more than anything else that I have on my list. I think a good sequel takes concepts of the original and really expands upon it. And while the series does look like it's trying to do that and expand the Nemesis system, I haven't seen anything so far that's just wowed me or definitely got me very excited to play it. Now I am still excited, I do like what I see, but again, there's just none of that, oh my god, I definitely gotta play it now factor, which I think is very important, especially with the game coming out in the holiday season when there's back-to-back big AAA releases. There's also something about the game that's rubbing me the wrong way. Oh yeah, microtransactions. Now that I think about it, I think Warner Brothers might have tried something similar to this with the last installment. Something shady that came to light that got everybody really pissed off? Probably just my imagination. At number 2, there is the second season of Stranger Things. Now this is the show that actually got me to binge watch a series.
So what, Jan? I binge watch series all the time. The fuck's so special about that?
Well, I actually don't do that. I can't just sit in place for hours on end and watch a show. For a series to actually get me to do that, there is something special there. But will it be able to do it again? I've been actually purposely staying away from any of the trailers that the show has really shown. I've only seen one. Now I'm still extremely excited about it, but like any good show, it always has the potential to disappoint when it comes to a second season, especially when a first season is as good as the first season of Stranger Things was. Now, I don't think this is a show that's gonna suck. Similar to Food Wars, I think it's still gonna be a strong season, or a solid season anyway, regardless of whether it surpasses the first or not. But if it doesn't surpass the first season, or if maybe it goes in a odd direction, or the monster that they show this season doesn't end up being that interesting, it could lead to it being a tad disappointing. And again, while I don't think it'll suck, it could end up turning certain people away from the show. So there is that danger. But hopefully that isn't the case. What? And at number 1, I have Super Mario Odyssey. How could it not? How could this not be anybody's number 1? Mario was my first game ever, and I've been following the Mario series pretty much all my life. I love the main Mario games, and I'm extremely looking forward to this one. I'm so excited for this that I couldn't put it any lower than my number 1 spot. But I will admit that there are better Mario games than others. So I'm really hoping that this is less new Super Mario Bros. Series and more Super Mario 64 or Super Mario Galaxy type levels. Those are the games that really get my blood pumping, that get me longing for a sense of adventure that Mario always tends to deliver on. So yeah, I don't think this game is gonna suck. I'm gonna go on record and say it's not gonna suck. But at the very worst, it can be just good. And I don't want it to be good, I want it to be great. So that's the danger in that one right there. And that's it for my list. And I know what you're probably thinking right now. Jan, that's it? That's your list? Where's the other Halloween stuff? You only really had one thing on there. Well, let me just say that there really isn't a lot of Halloween stuff that I'm looking forward to. Blasphemy, I know. If only there was a series that everybody really liked back in the old days. And the series probably sucks, but for whatever reason, as the sequels came out, people just kept going to see it. But eventually people came to a conclusion that, yeah, you know what? This series does suck. They realized that they should probably stop going to see this, and the series finally died. But now that all these years have gone by, they've decided to bring the series back because nostalgia, and people have forgotten how bad the series was and are probably gonna go see it and make it money, and it's probably gonna come back. Good thing there's nothing like that.